Level 100 Lin Fei. It's all business here. No messing around with the new weapon. We're going straight to Small World's End to see who gets to move on to fight Marky Moo in Elimination Side semifinals.
Okay, and World's End has been the platform for the majority of NA here.
Yes, he's doing it. He's
goes
doing
for
it.
the
He's so
N-Sig
cool.
as well. Ground pound as well. Highlight what he's doing again.
He's getting really big, aggressive plays off of Guichibu, panicking, and the orb aggression from Radish. GC down sig almost comes out in time, but yeah, this is so much damage from Radish. Side light, side air. He finds the KO and almost 0 to KO off of the back of a crazy orb string.
This isn't the Radish that I know.
It's not.
What happened? Why is he so aggressive?
He's sick with it now.
Why are stocks flying in 30 seconds? Now, Guichibu, however, also sick. That cannon string was amazing.
He gave the cannon, every cannon player, no matter what the patch is, looks for dodge away, and Radish gave it. Yeah,
Radish does give it. And every once in a while, I'm sure Radish, like, in a matchup where you know what they're looking for, and you give them what they're looking for, all you can do is nod and say, that's on me.
Yeah. My bad.
N-Sig comes through. Ooh, Guichibu
really
lost the weapon on that exchange, too.
Yeah. He picks up a cannon, though, with an opportunity now. We talk a lot about Guichibu's guitars, but the cannon's what's found success in this game. That's not a true confirm after Nair. Nice dodge from Guichibu, realizing that.
Oh, and the splash damage from the ground pound. Even after slight nerfs, that specific interaction still so great in neutral. Catches a lot of players off guard, goes for the bite on the dragon on that down sig, doesn't quite get it. But the grounded ground pound comes through again. Not going to knock out, but sends him flying. Katar's picked up, recovery would just honestly catch him. Side sig trying to catch Radish in a reaction. And the pickup recovery, awesome coverage there. I don't know if it would have worked if he accidentally picked up the new weapon, because it would have been cannon. But still, takes the lead here after a really quick first stock from Radish.
Guichibu now throws the guitars away, seemingly. Radish, side light, side air in the corner will find the KO. That's exactly what you're looking for. The down air gets avoided, but the side air, not straight up, is going to be able to KO, but a next hit will. Guichibu having to play very evasively on the cannon, gets a down air for his troubles. So some extra credit. GC N-Sig gets punished by the recovery from Radish, and we go down to even stocks.
Even stocks 1-1, game 1. Radish on his weapon of choice. I think Qatar's are here. Yep, okay, good pickup in the down light. Doesn't get anything else afterwards. Down sig almost spikes Radish, but he reversals it really nicely and gets an orb downer to attack on some extra damage. Dashes forward, feints a side light. And now Guichibu's gone where he wants him off stage. Radish just goes right back to center, doesn't want to challenge that.
And Radish jumps back as well. He's like, I'm not really in the business of going off stage versus Guichibu's guitars. The orb comes out, the downer looks to catch a jump, doesn't find it. Guichibu now having Radish in the corner. They both kind of flounder there as none of them get the hit, but pretty even damage.
Goes for dare. Holding onto the weapon. Okay, Sir comes through. Another end light. Slowing it down a little bit here as they both realize how risky things are getting.
This is kind of how their matchups play in the past. They like to slow it down a lot because they both have the explosive gameplay. We saw both of their first stocks get evaporated, but this one taking a lot longer. The recovery does disarm Guichibu. The N-Sig comes out.
I'm surprised the N-Sig came out. That's it's more risk than I'm used to Radish taking. Bike could be huge here, although Radish doesn't like to use the side sig unless it's a platform.
Exactly, he likes the slide charge, yep. Looks for the down air there, looks for the side air. The orb just needs one more hit and finds it there. Catching the jump with the side air. Radish takes game number 1.
Okay, well played. Guichibu going to go down a game. Although he brought things back really nicely in that game 1, I wouldn't be surprised they went right back to World's End and they just play the same matchup again. Guichibu going to change cosmetics but stay on the same character. Lin Fei coming out here with the Sakura.
Crossover, and I think, you know, it's really refreshing to see Radish play this way, especially the way we saw Yuz play the Orb yesterday. It was the complete opposite side of what Orb is able to do, where on one end you can literally control the pace of the match by not hitting a button first. This time Radish is saying, I'm going to control it by being just so abrasive in the corner, constantly pushing you there with side lights and catching landings, and it becomes so difficult for you to get anything going versus it, the smothering nature of the Orb. And Radish did it versus Brawlhalla and looking to do it on Guichibu now.
We're going to Fortress of Lions for game number 2. So these knockouts on Orb aren't going to be as early, whereas Guichibu still gets those opportunities to carry players to the Blast Zone with cannon or get early knockouts with guitars. Double down light into dare, could wait for a dodge here. Down sig's probably going to be the choice. Yeah, but it's one of those things where earlier on in the sets, I feel like it's so easy for me to make that call that it's even easier for Radish to play around it.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering what Guichibu will do, because the thing that you do there is you condition players to think that the down sig is going to come out, then what's going to be the crazy change later on. But he's got to have a lead for that conditioning to even matter.
Radish hits the recovery there. Guichibu has no resources. I thought we were seeing GC Ensig from Radish, but he goes for the more safe Nair, less lag. Tries to punish the GC side stick with a GC sideline of his own, but doesn't fight it. Guichibu gets a full extension into recovery, and he gets the first KO.
That's a faceball moment, because Radish had the right punish, but I think he accidentally went too far off stage, then burned his gravity cancel to get the sidelight, and that's why he lost the stock. He had no dodge for 3 seconds there, where Guichibu could do whatever the heck he wanted. So lead secured by Guichibu, and now he's got Radish off the right side of the stage again.
Guichibu utilizing this stage very, very well with the guitars, using that soft platform to extend this lead and hold on to it. Downlight into Nair for some nice damage. Radish gets a sidelight, dashes backwards. Not looking to get anything too crazy going, but put your helmet on. It's a half pipe. Guichibu forces Radish off stage, doesn't go for the side air, goes for recovery.
He had the dodge up read correctly, right?
Exactly.
Like Radish rose with him. He just spaced that incorrectly. I think he was expecting a diagonal dodge up, and that's why that recovery didn't end up hitting. Because I was like, man, I thought he had Radish read like a book, but Radish just a small adjustment there keeps him holding on to the second stock longer than Guichibu would like. But still, it's all in favor of Guichibu right now in these guitars.
Okay, the recovery once again from Radish. He's really struggling to find this KO. This is the difficulty of Fortress of Lions, but the sidelight side air will find it finally.
The classic slide charge pivot side sig from Radish that didn't really do much at all, but it put him in the position to get that stock.
Exactly.
So sometimes there's like, I feel like at least in platform fighters, there's like movement maneuvers that are like comfort maneuvers.
Yeah.
So like when you could do it, you feel cool, you feel good, even if it doesn't work out. It gives you that confidence that you need to be able to attack. And these down six from Guichibu not going over the stage, trying to secure the stock here. Down six again. D-light there.
Confirms, but doesn't KO yet. Radish has an opportunity, avoids the downer. Will he try to flip it? No, he doesn't. Just picks up another orb, and now Guichibu with more signatures. That Ensig you have to be careful of, because it didn't come exactly there, and it's tough now.
I think it's like the fastest neutral sig in the game, if not top 3.
I want to say so, and has really good KOing potential, something that Cannon can struggle with. Yeah.
It's like Lin Fei, Cannon neutral sig, Fate orb neutral sig.
Yeah.
I don't know what other ones can work like that, where I feel like they're light attacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Light attacks that will decimate you. Radish now down a whole stock. He's got to make what happened on game 1 with that orb happen again here if he wants to keep the lead in the set.
Yeah, Guichibu looking to catch Radish, putting himself back in the corner with these sidelights. Now you see Guichibu overshooting and forcing Radish in bad spots, and this is exactly what Guichibu wants on the guitars. Recovery comes in, chase dodges forward Radish. Once again, sidelight, downlight, but you don't get anything confirmed afterwards, and Guichibu has picked the right defensive options every time now in this game.
Nice late nair there, catching the fastball from Radish. Gets the downer and light, dodges back, catches him on the way through, 2 dares in a row, dashes forward with the downlight, and Radish finally manages to get out of the attacks, but Guichibu so far playing an amazing one hit at a time wonder. Gravity cancel down sig would have been huge. And I'm surprised Radish didn't like go, I have to capitalize on this after he saw that, because that was like no dodge and no jumps. But he just lets Guichibu get back.
Wow, he lands with the ground pound off the platform, gets the GC downlight as well, goes for the GC side sig, and what a punish from Guichibu! Unarmed downlight into GC haymaker. The best combo starter in Brawlhalla is unarmed downlight.
I don't know if that was true, but but maybe it was, because he had no dodge.
I think it was true. It looks very true.
I saw Radish moving a little bit. We're going to see there at the end. I don't think I've ever seen D-light side sig.
It's usually N-sig or recovery or
Guichibu
ground
put
pound
some
or
charge
side
on
air.
that, didn't he? Like he held the button a little bit. Oh, we're getting the slow-mo in a little soon.
Oh, and he had no dodge because he just GC'd.
So he drifted.
Yeah,
he drifted to the left a little bit. I don't think he could have jumped out in time.
Yeah, probably not. And he didn't have dodge because he just punished GC side sig.
Fastest thing you could do there is weapon throw, but it won't hit stacked. So Guichibu just styles on him.
I think he lost. Oh, no, he still had his weapon. He had boots on.
Yeah. So here we go, Demon Island. Not sure how the stage will play out so far. This isn't really a matchup where I'd say the stage picks are super polarizing, besides comfort.
Yeah, they kind of do like similar things at times, but Radish is showing off, like, you don't want to deal with string weapons on this stage because I will do so much damage. There's the ground pound. Guichibu has the weapon toss up, and the ground pound comes in again, and Guichibu with no options, and Radish takes a KO, takes a stock in the first 30 seconds.
The thing that Demon Island does that no other stage does is it's like a character and a half height of a wall.
Yeah.
Right? And so usually I give favor to guitars there for all of the nonsense that they can do to you when you don't have a wall that you can touch, but Boots is just as good at being able to take those stocks, especially when you're so adept with the ground pound like Radish is. So game 3 opens up with Radish taking the lead on the edge guard, and even more of a lead here on the orb, as Guichibu is just struggling to get down.
The recovery comes in, it doesn't KO, but the GCN Sig not enough.
Wow.
On the Katars, gives Raydish an opportunity to now juggle Guichibu with an air there. GC side Sig comes out, Raydish no punish, goes for the downlight on a dodge in panic from Guichibu. He dodges through the weapon toss though, so Raydish will have to work harder to get another stock lead. Guichibu waits.
It's a rare misstep from Guichibu. He's the kind of player that I expect to know all of his damage ranges really, really well.
Yeah.
So to see that him go for the N-Sig, knowing that it wasn't going to knock out, it's a little rough. And I think towards the end of that stock there, a little bit of tilt was showing. I've never seen Guichibu throw out that many N-Sigs in a row.
Yeah, I mean, just like hitting as many buttons as possible to try to make it happen. T-Light into GC breakdance doesn't KO.
It's the second time that he went for a knockout that didn't quite have enough oomph.
I think N-Sig KOs there too. So like, I know he knows how to do it. I know he knows what to do, but it's tough sometimes.
Yeah, Radish up 2-1.
Oh, that's D-Light. You have no jump.
He
In
has
air
no
to
jumps.
side air.
That's
Side light into down air. Doesn't connect. Guichibu gets back to the stage first, and Raydish has to dodge, but gets a nair out to interrupt. The guitar ground pound charges up a side signature, and Guichibu has to recover high. The boots meet him there, and Raydish doesn't go for a pickup, goes for a slide charge. Haymaker into the wall, doesn't find it, but the down sig does, and Raydish throws his boots away, but gives the boots anyway to Guichibu.
Wow.
Takes that game.
What happened, Guichibu? I didn't feel like it was that dire. I didn't feel like it was that dire, but I felt like a total, complete loss of hope coming out from Guichibu in that game. It was like, so Demon Island is the first stage banned out, and then Guichibu takes his time banning out the other stages. So this just felt terrible for him, I think.
Yeah.
Radish, on the other hand, had a ton of fun on that last stock.
That looked fun to me, and we see we have Miami Dome, we have
Dude,
Small
he was
Fortress
sub
open.
100 damage on every weapon.
That's
Whoa. Okay. Well, guess what? Linfei, Sakura, you're benched. It's time for Queen Nai coming in here for this game number 4. We're on the speed stance. So we got 4x4 movement speed taken out of that defense. So you lose a little bit of that survivability, but he's got I think he does the default Queen Nai double green lightsaber loadout. Yeah. It's pretty cool, actually.
I love it.
Guichibu loadouts are fascinating to me because they're just characters that are never played, and he thinks pretty hard about them.
He's got Grogu as well, giving him some assistance.
Yeah. Very green all around.
Okay, the N-Light, or the downlight into Nair, and Guichibu starting off with the aggression on the Katars, and this is the stage where Guichibu won game number 2, so he has familiarity with success here. What dodge to the ground pound exactly?
Yeah, spot dodge as well. That's a statement.
Downlight.
Could get another Nair and a recovery here, but Guichi manages to make it back.
Oh,
or ground pound, and then he landed on the platform, but got the aerial finisher. That's cool. Orb's got so many neat things when it comes to platform interactions. Radish just playing around that platform with the boots, dodges in place, trying to bait Guichibu into doing anything. Spears on deck. Goes for that ground pound. That's the first thing you learn how to punish in Brawlhalla.
Yeah, exactly.
Is a spear player like ground pounding and landing on the ground because they did it like 5 times?
It's that and Queen Nai signature. So it's funny that you're picking Queen Nai here. You're throwing signatures. It gets whip punish, and Radish takes a stock for it.
It reminds me of playing Smash for the first time. You're like Kirby down being over and over again.
Yeah, the rocks.
That's like what spear ground pound is to me.
Exactly.
But either way, Radish showing that he does have experience punishing that move. Guichibu does get some damage on the board, and yes, for as classic as Queen Nai signatures are for being used more than her light attacks, they're still good if you're able to place them tactically. Guichibu could be looking to do that here pretty soon. That's a good one. Side sig to catch a landing. That's like the straight to the point Wilson classic. I don't know if you that might be before your casting time.
Probably before my time.
But like Wilson was like the Queen Nai main that never went off stage and just side sigged at the edge of the stage. All the time.
Hey,
it's been
blast from the past, it works.
Yeah, that's like 8 years ago.
No matter the year or the legend, it still works.
Yeah, sometimes it's good. It does what it was made to do.
The Nair sitting downwards gives Guichibu some more extension on the damage.
And it also knocks out an orange.
The side tick, yeah.
Yeah, Queen Nai's got that power. That's why it's so good. You can miss it a few times if you can afford to with your damage, and Guichibu has actually brought it back to his lead, I think, just slightly. That confirms it.
Nice void into there. That N-Sig will KO very early as well. You walk off stage and another N-Sig comes out, but Radish punishes it again. We haven't found a lot of success on anything but that side sig, but goes for the N-Light into recovery. That disarms Radish.
Will he go for the side sig at the edge here? It looks good. Down sig does about the same thing, but it's less punishable.
Covers both sides of you as well. It's really great to cover landings when people try to stack on top of you.
Yeah, puts up the side sig, end sig, down sig. Let's go through the roulette. Recovery, not going to knock out just yet, but so far Radish does seem pretty clueless on how to get in on the pressure from Guichibu right now.
Oh, the dodging through it. Gets the side light as well. Unarmed. Guichibu goes for the down sig off stage, the classic.
We got every move. Okay, that ground pound. I'm surprised he didn't get punished for that one.
Oh, that's the side sig, and that will punish the side sig from Guichibu. Really going around the signature kit, but Raydish finally picks up a weapon that can punish it.
Well, and so the reason why that was so good was because Guichibu was starving weapons in between every signature, right? And so we got to see all 6 of Queen Nai's attacks because he was going between Katara Spear, while Raydish was just unarmed, hopelessly trying to find a hit. And now it's evened up 1-1, but Raydish gets a little bit of damage in there to take the lead.
Weapon tosses and side airs there. The weapon toss actually hits Guichibu, and Guichibu acts out of it with an end light, and Raydish gets a little bit of a punish. Guichibu going off stage, forcing Raydish in a bad spot, but Raydish makes his way back to the ground with the boots. Down air into end light for a juggle start from Guichibu, burning all their resources. Goes underneath the platform, realizes I just need to wait for it to hit the platform, and then recover it. Very smart from Raydish.
Okay. Raydish getting punished. Ground pound to recovery. Good combo coming up from Guichibu. Goes for the weapon throw. Picks up the guitars off the spear weapon throw. Raydish now on Orb. That down light just barely hitting at the end, but Guichibu gets the wake up. And Sig not going to punish the recovery. Oh, this is huge. Side Sig could knock out.
Why?
This is scary. Like if Raydish falls at the side Sig at the edge of the stage. Okay, he's safe now, as long as he's in center.
Slide charge, side sig on the table for Raydish as the platform's right above his head. And that's the side sig from Guichibu to force game 5.
Wow, the classic. That's the Wilson right there. 2 stocks from that. All right. Way to go.
It's a big deal to take that one.
Getting that, bringing it to 2-2, and starts with that side sig and ends with, and it's that specific, because it covers that whole chunk of the stage too, and it will knock you out in orange. Like Radish is not, this is not the amount of damage that you would expect a stock to be flying on Fortress of Lions, but that's going to be it. The bar is almost off the screen on the signature count. Yeah, look at that. I like that 18.
Yeah, it's almost like covering Queen Nai entirely, which would be pretty cool from Guichibu to get. I want to know.
I didn't realize that the graphic, I thought there was bounds.
No.
And apparently
it can go off.
I'm being informed that it can just go infinite.
Yeah, and then the TV we look at gets broken, and the green bar goes off.
Oh, that'd be funny if it breaks out of the screen.
A card with a green
and then
bar.
And then you start to literally physically feel it hit your head right here, right?
Yeah.
Like it eventually would just knock you out.
Exactly. I'm next to go if Guichibu keeps signature.
Goodness. 4 damage on spear? How is that possible?
4 weapon tosses.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, 4 weapon tosses. 1 damage per weapon toss.
Because at the end there was that weapon throw from spear into pick up guitars. Okay. Yeah. And now we've got the final form, right? We've got the Battle Pass Queen Nai skin coming out here against the Battle Pass.
That would be a great Battle Pass quest. Use every signature on Queen Nai's kit. Literally, it's writing itself at this point. Yeah,
so now we've got Sith Lord Guichibu over here.
He did just get credited in patch notes, so we could credit him for a Battle Pass quest as well.
That would be...
It'd be perfect.
That'd be hilarious, yeah. Well, I don't know if I want to give spamming SIGs
to Guichibu.
I
don't think anyone wants that one.
Also, like Queen Nai has been. I'm referencing Brawlhalla games from 2016,
and it's the same thing.
And it's the same thing. I'm like, yeah, I remember back in the day, 9 years ago, when straight to the point Wilson was hitting Boomy when he was 14 with Queen Nai side sig on the edge of the stage.
Something's never changed here.
But we're game 5. And we've got Raydish versus Guichibu fighting with that neutral signature. Gets punished for it. Let's see what he can do.
I'm curious on why we went back to this map. This is the only map that Guichibu's won on. So Raydish maybe knowing something I don't. I know Orb likes this stage, but it's Guichibu's been winning.
I don't think that you can look at what happened in that last game and go, the stage is the reason why I'm getting hit by Queen Nai signatures. That's not... It just might be his most comfortable stage to play with what was left. I know Guichibu's been banning out all flat stages, right?
Yeah.
So you don't get World's End. You don't get
Demon Island.
Demon Island. And if you leave this open with Miami Dome and a triplat, you're going here every time.
Exactly. Side light comes out and going for the side signature there. The Battle Pass VFX coming in there. The side air doesn't KO though.
Yeah, the Serpent's trying to take Radish out. Green energy coming out there from the Lich. Let's see what Guichibu's able to do. It's hit by that side air, but the Queen Nai never knocked out.
Nice. There it is. Guichibu going towards the wall there, trying to lift low, or float low, and Radish just dash him, turn around down air on the wall. A classic orb hit, a classic orb movement there.
What are these? There's Radish. Is there like some like really low damage combo starter on grounded orbit air that I don't know about?
It's just looking to catch dashes or people trying to jump at you, especially versus unarmed. It's actually not too terrible because a lot of what Orb wants or unarmed wants to do versus Orb to start combos, down air beats out, but not great.
I see. That's a good idea. Either way, it doesn't work out for Raydish. Guichibu is able to bring it back. Nair, recovery, tries to get a falling Nair on the dodge through. Okay, jumps to the 2 dairs in a row. Why not?
It's not bad damage.
Smacks him in the face both times. Like, get down. Get back down from there.
Yeah, I know it's like kind of like classic when Orb is like quote-unquote camping you out. They like to hit a lot of down airs, and it's proven strategy. It works out to cover people that are playing very grounded and trying to dash under you.
And if you try to dash in downline on Katars, it's the perfect counter. Right there. If that was a downline 7N like, Guichibu would have gotten hit again.
Exactly.
But Guichibu has been going hit for hit and hitting a little bit harder each time.
Queen Eye, high damage stat, high defense stat. You like trades like that if you're Guichibu. The side air comes in, though. This is what you don't like.
Being off the edge if you're Queen Eye, though.
Well, maybe he does. He flips it. Radish in a bad spot now. Gets a pick up on the spear.
Down sig. No, we're not down sigging there. He goes for recovery instead. Ooh, narrowly avoids being clipped by the beak.
Gets hit with the Nair, though, anyway, and then he goes for another one. Guichibu very smart with the weapon toss there. Still proving that the only thing he's hit on the sphere has been the weapon toss.
Goes for recovery. Gets hit by one Nair. Radish on the bottom of the stage.
He forfeits the weapon there, too. That's a big deal. Radish starves, but Guichibu lands back down with an unarmed Nair, and now Radish has to keep the Starve alive. That's the game plan here. Sidelight side air will start to KO towards the wall. Goes for the GC sidelight there. Guichibu doesn't give it a side stick comes out. No punish from Radish, though.
Side stick comes through.
Another side stick could be coming, too. You have to be so careful.
Oh, and Radish gets hit by that recovery. Sent flying towards the top of the stage.
Whoa! Neither recovery hit there. Guichibu going for the unarmed end light to catch Radish dashing into the corner. That time it didn't work out. And Radish goes for the recovery. Guichibu dodges it again. GC down light the other way. Unarmed side air is what Guichibu goes with to try to force Radish off the stock, but no one can lose the stock right now.
And the weapon throw to the bottom of the stage. Tries to bite him with the down sig. Weapon throw again. Radish waiting for the new spawn. It's the orb. Sidelight center would take him down, but spin across the field. Down sig will take him down. Guichibu with the snipe.
Such a big deal for Guichibu to take that stock, and now Radish has to be so careful because you don't want to bleed damage out on your last stock versus Guichibu, and Katars can take you off stage and end your stock right now. Radish looking for the KO confirm, but Orb players want the one thing. They want the end light, the side light, or the recovery. The side air even comes in there, and Radish takes the stock and evens it up without it getting too scary.
Game 5, last stock. Red Raptor versus Queen Nye. Both with flaming skulls right now because of their skins. Look at that. Radish just completely decimating Guichibu here on the combos. Weapon throws in the end light, sidelights in the stair. Oh, it was looking so good, but look at Radish go. Recovery almost catches the landing there. Guichibu has got to get some damage, and he's looking a little desperate for it. And when his opponents are desperate, that's when Radish shines the most. Nair comes through, gets the recovery and a Nair. Okay, Radish low on jumps, taking some damage, trying to get back down. Maybe Guichibu has brought this back to a winnable state, but so far, Radish in control.
The down air comes in. Could have been a conversion into an end light there, but Guichibu and Radish both disengage, and now we go back to center stage. The Nair comes out. Sweat beats from Guichibu.
We're nearing side sig territory, PJ. Radish does get the damage. Okay, Guichibu also not putting on as many sigs. Okay, D-Light, one more hit, and Guichibu could side sig him. Oh no, Radish does get the recovery though. Okay, end sig dodged, but Guichibu gets the down air into neutral light, the down sig.
It disarms.
Goes to the end sig. Radish dodges narrowly out of the way. What is that? But he misses the true combo. He misses the true combo on D-Light end sig. Radish throws the game, but does he can still win.
He's got the boots online, the spear that has done virtually nothing for Guichibu.
Side sig here? I mean, he gets it. No way. No way. No. he missed his. He had to hit. He had to hit D-Light N-Sig to get the stock there.
Wow.
D-Light recovery was not going to knock out. That being said, I killed that. That's got to sting. All right, we're getting the replays here. Yeah, look at this last moment.
We should just get to watch the whole thing, I think.
Because Guichibu gets the down sig.